YouTube, this is GunNut4570. I have a Ruger M77 Hawkeye bolt here today. This is actually a 243 bolt. I'm going to do a video of how to disassemble it, so let's get started. First things you're going to need, of course, solvent. I use bore cleaner mainly because it helps get a lot of the fouling, well, there won't be fouling in here, but a lot of the powder residue out, especially in the area right here. And you're also going to need a nail, and I also like to use Hoppy's No. 9 cleaning solvent, and a pipe cleaner. So first things first, you're going to take your bolt out, which you should know how to do. There's a lever on the rifle, so you'll do that, and then you'll have the bolt. And what you want to do is you want to rotate the bolt clockwise as far as you can, so it's going to move, and then it'll stop. And what that'll do is it'll open up a hole right there, and that's where you put your nail in. Just make sure you get the biggest nail that fits when you do this. I know a lot of them, when I first did this, the nail was too small and it bent, and I had trouble getting it back out. So anyways, get a nail that fits, and then you rotate it counterclockwise, and it's going to click several times, and then you just start unscrewing. And you unscrew it all the way. And this is just going to remove your firing pin and spring and everything. So now you have two parts here. And make sure you leave the nail in, although actually it shouldn't be able to come out, so that should be stationary pretty well. Grab a rag and your cleaning solvent. Just clean all of this. The other thing I like about bore cleaner, it has a little bit of a lubricant in it, so it's a little nicer than straight rem oil. And if I haven't cleaned anything in a really long time, I use Hoppy's No. 9 because it's probably the strongest stuff I've got right now. So probably after hunting season or after target practice, I'll use Hoppy's No. 9. So anyways, give this a good wipe down. Make sure everything's good and how it should be on this. Another thing you want to check, you want to inspect the threads on this, because if those are have some problems with them, then it's not going to go back in right, and that's not good. The next thing you want to clean is in here. I've used either a 45 ACP bore mop or a 410. They both work. I don't have either right now, so I'm just going to leave this alone. And then the last thing I always do, you don't really have to, but I always clean in here where the firing pin's going to come out. It's definitely not necessary, but if I'm going to do a job, I might as well do it as best as I can. So anyways, that's how you're going to take this apart, clean it and everything. And when you put it back together, it's just the same thing. Just going to thread it. And really the only thing you want to do when you put it back in is make sure that you got the threads lined up right. If it doesn't want to go, just back it out and try again. And with this, you go all the way until the nail comes loose. So when this nail wants to fall out, that's when you stop. Which is right there. So take your nail out, set it aside, save it for later. And now what you want to do is you want to twist this counterclockwise, and you just want this to line up. One click, and it should line up here. It should line up right here. The bottom of this should line up with the bottom of this. So when you put it back in the gun, they both line up, and everything fits together nicely. So anyways, that's pretty much it. And that's the Ruger M77 Hawkeye bolt.